expert, Lord. Say big up the south and the east and the west, girl, them all me talk and mess our friend, them. Say anywhere you see me there, I full squad there with me. And anywhere we there, his woman in me favor. And if you want find it, right by the girl there, woman in me favor. Say if you want find it, right by the band there with me. Hand up there, can't stop there, jamming on somebody, woman. Hand up there, can't stop there, jamming on somebody, woman. Say, I see a police passing, I don't know what she thinking. Well, all them people crazy. She pick out she phone and calling, I don't know what she's saying. Carry them people mad. But we just love the best, we bet, we bet, we bet, we bet, we bet, no regrets. We come out the best, we bet, we bet, we bet, we live in here soaking wet. Tell them, say anywhere you see me there, I will squad there with me. I kiss and drinks with way, and woman in me favor. And if you want find it, right by the alley, woman in me favor. Say if you want find it, right by the band with me. Hand up there, can't stop there, jamming on somebody, woman. Hand up there, can't stop there, jamming on somebody, woman. I say it's a long, long time you feel like this, feel like this. I say it's a long, long time you felt like this, felt like this. Say we do not care what they think now. Lord, me, I watching nobody thinks now. But we just love the best, we bet, we bet, we bet, we bet, with no regrets. We come out the best, we bet, we bet, we bet, we live in here soaking wet. Tell them, say anywhere you see me there, I will squad there with me. And anywhere we there, his woman in me favor. And if you want find it, right by the girl.
All of them scatter, yeah. One pick up shot on them, left him piss off. If you don't care about your life, well, me guess it no matter. So life, you can call it life. That's just how the life is. Call it life. You can call it life. We can call it life. That's just how the life is. Call it life. Cause some of them like them want for dead. Them want 7.62 in them head. From you are rob all people. Evil, you know, say you're evil. Mask on them face like Smiggle. Them want run up on you, kill you for your own damn vehicle. Demon walking and walk call themselves people. Evil, you know, say them evil. It's a life. You can call it life. That's just how the life is. Call it life. You can call it life. We can call it life. That's just how the life is. Call it life. Them fake and them slight. Them think not right. Them never want to see a light shine bright on the darkest night. Or thief with flashlight. See them wanna plan out of it, take away your life. Your life. Them want take my life. My life. But that's life. You can call it life. That's just how the life is. Call it life. You can call it life. We can call it life. That's just how the life is. Call it life. Call it life. That's just how the life is.
Yeah. Me not friend, me a family. Me real. What make them switch? The mount of stabbing on me back when me get from them, no stitch can't fix. Me just a get to you day up on a mission for everybody rich. Them want take all away history and dump it all in a ditch. Them I call themselves big man and I one like Mitch. Wanna make them switch, wanna make them switch. The amount of stabbing on me back when me get from them, no stitch can fix. But just I get to you, they up on a mission for everybody feel. Yeah. Them want to take all away history and dump it all in a ditch. I call themselves big man and I one like Mitch. Wanna make them switch. If you need money, me a lend. Give you my last breath if you need oxygen. You're more than my family, you're more than my friend. My true brother till the end. That's why it hurt me, now me heart fear the thought in your head. Argument is a test. This feeling, I'ma feel worse than stress. Me say some things, I mean that and a reason for your left. Don't get it off your chest. Me tell you, some love you, but you go on like you're dead. Just why everybody happy, all of my friend them get blessed. I feel appreciate when I need that coming, I know who time next. Now go lie, me miss the good morning brother text. Remember we only human beings and humans get vexed. Can't feel like less. When me tell you if you do something, me just want you be the best. In everything you do, me and your big brother, yes. And I'm a bin in your shoe. So me nothing and nobody come between me and make them switch. The amount of stabbing on me back when me get from them, no stitch can fix. Me just a get to you, they up on a mission for everybody rich. Them want take all away history and dump it all in a ditch. Them I call themselves big man and I one like Mitch. Wanna make them switch. Though we are trying to play a hero, can't take everybody everywhere that we go. If you can't trust your day one and you want go trust zero. Pull a trigger on a nigga if him play mad for you. A remark and that tattoo the same place we grow. Family can never war like Smokey and Debo. If you leave it left a scar, everybody know the team now. Just turn in a star, check the views up and we video. If you love me like you say you love me, then start make it please show. Good friend come once in a life, not everybody have it. See no friend, more friend and friendship and tragic. Good friend come once in a life, and not everybody have it. So this petty war thing, we must stop it. Yeah, me always I talk to you, so this time me have to sing. Stop vex with your brother, just for some little thing. Everywhere we go together like finger and ring. I the only man me trust, we pour my drink. No money, no girl could have bust this tight link. Cause we have to stick together, it's just what I think. Cause we could lose each other in just one eye blink. No one's in a eye pink. Just why everybody happy, all of my friend them get blessed. I feel appreciate when I need that coming, I know who time next. Now go lie, me miss the good morning brother text. Remember we only human beings and humans get vexed. Stop feel like less. When me tell you if you do something, me just want you be the best. In everything you do, me and your big brother, yes. And I'm a bin in your shoe. So me nothing and nobody come between me and them switch. The amount of stabbing on me back when me get from them, no stitch can fix. Me just a get to you, they up on a mission for everybody rich. Them want take all away history and dump it all in a ditch. Them I call themselves big man and I one like Mitch. Wanna make them switch, wanna make them switch. The amount of stabbing on me back when me get from them, no stitch can fix. Me just a get to you, they up on a mission for everybody rich. Yeah. Them want take all away history and dump it all in a ditch. I call themselves big man and I one like Mitch. Wanna make them switch, wanna make them switch.
All right. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes.
Welcome to Island Girl Talk. This is episode 4, girls.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean to say we do anything.
Yes.
Right? So we're gonna get right into it. We want to welcome you all, guys who have been waiting in the chat room already.
I must say big up to Mr. Sam Gibbs. He says, hi, good day, first time viewer here.
Well, it's nice having you.
We love having you first and hope that you will stay.
Big up Sam Gibbs, big up you. You forget, Neicy.
Yeah.
All right. So, all right, ladies. How is the week going? How was the weekend? Anything happen?
The week is going good. It's going.
It's going.
The week is going, but God is good.
A bit hectic, but
yes,
we love it that way.
Same here. A lot of things going on. A lot of things to try your patience too. But we rally.
Yes,
we rally.
Of course.
We
right?
through.
Absolutely. All right. So, guys, we kind of hype up today's topic. Today is going to be a good one.
Yes.
And a topic that every single person on the planet, I think, can relate to in some form or fashion, right? So today we want to talk about the green-eyed monster. What is that one, Neicy?
Not weed.
But
Because you know Neicy thought it was that.
Sure, because when she was like green, I was like, but Chris, we didn't discuss this. Why are we coming on the show to talk about marijuana?
Well. I thought we used to call it
monster.
Right. I thought it was Mary Jane.
You live and you learn.
There you go. So all right. So guys, what we're talking about essentially is envy, right?
Yes.
Not to be confused with jealousy, because I and all just found out that envy and jealousy are two different things. Though similar, they are different. There are some stark differences. So we want to just give you all the definition of envy and jealousy first, so you all will know what we're talking about,
Yes.
right? So what is envy?
Well, envy it's like you said, it's different from jealousy. So you're looking at somebody and you're looking at their possessions, but you don't have it. So to be envious, you want what they have that you don't have, whether it's good looks or some job position that they get and you don't have it.
Or a quality or a personality
Anything.
trait.
Something that you view the other person having and you lacking.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So just to clarify, y'all, envy is that feeling of resentment that is associated with wanting what someone else has.
Yes, it's not yours.
That is not yours. And sometimes it could get so bad, people just want to take you down for it now.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Sometimes there's things you can't even control. You pretty, Neicy, somebody don't like you because you pretty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well,
you know?
thank you.
Shawna, you had the little, the mulatto thing going on. She little mix up and Spanish.
You see when she starts?
You understand? People want to take you know for
Yeah.
that. Plus you're talented. Plus you're a brainiac with the maths and thing. All right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
a lot of things going on. So people have people who might feel a little intimidated by other people who they deem to have more going for them, and that could be rooted. You were saying earlier in low self-esteem. It could go from childhood days when a child, as a child, your parents and make it to feel worthy or heard or that kind of thing.
And a lot of us are walking around, this girlhood celebrity say we are walking trophy, but a lot of us are walking traumas. Right?
Understood?
Yes.
Because we face,
Yes.
a lot of who we are, we don't even recognize that it came from our past, past experiences,
And
The way
most
that you
times.
grew up, your childhood years is very reflective of your adulthood.
Yes, very crucial. So
Yes.
what is a household with no love, your father was absent, abuse,
Or
if
being
it's
in a space where you're always being criticized.
Right.
Everything you do
Yes.
is not good enough.
Yeah.
So you're going
Yes.
through life looking for
Oh,
that.
boy.
bullied,
Yeah.
or there's so many factors that manifest our adulthood, and we just walking around and we don't even recognize
You
that
don't,
the way we view ourselves as well as the world is a reflection of all of our past experiences.
And that's a good point too, because many
good
people,
point.
many envious people are not even aware
That
that
they
they feeling envy, that is a thing, because it's so embedded in them. You know what I
And
mean?
the thing is, they see the world like that, and they assume that people see them the same
Exactly.
way. So it's like a whole perception that they alone experiencing.
Yes, yes,
you know?
yes, yes.
So and the simplest thing that you could do, they perceive it differently because they see it through a lens that you totally unaware of.
Yeah, which is so
Absolutely.
unfortunate. But Chris, you didn't tell us about jealousy and how it's different.
Well, I was about to go there. So I was going to say, so that's envy.
Right.
Yeah.
But jealousy is when it's usually when you have something that you are afraid to lose.
Right.
So you are afraid. You have something, you already have it in your own
Yeah, yeah.
possession.
Yeah.
But you are afraid that someone else will come and take it away from you. So anybody that come too close to it, you're ready to. You're ready to go.
Yeah.
And usually that's the case in relationships.
Right.
So
Okay.
so envy is to things and traits and stature,
Possessions.
whereas jealousy is to relationships and people.
Right.
You understand?
I learned something new.
Right? I learned that too. So, that's why and envy usually involves two people, whereas jealousy usually involves three people, possibly more.
Yeah,
but usually three people a love triangle.
Yeah.
Right? So you and your man, you're tinging and all tinging and tinging, right? And then Shawna come along.
Yeah.
And he eye stray. He ain't going nowhere, but Shawna nice. So he eye stray. and we ready to fight.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So that's what jealousy is.
Yeah, and I also saw that jealousy is not only for relationships, as Chris mentioned, it's mostly for relationships. And she just mentioned a third party, but sometimes it could even be for things, not just someone, but something. But it's still the same concept that she's speaking of at the moment, where you already possess it.
You already have.
So you already have, whether it is a position in the job.
Yep.
And you're doing good and the boss likes you, and then some new person comes to the job, and you're threatened that they're coming for your position because you're seeing them climbing the ladder. So it's still, that's why they say they confuse jealousy and envy, because they're so interchangeable. But the jealousy part is you already possess whatever it is that you are jealous of.
Yes. So in this segment, we want to not just talk about envy, because that's what we're talking about today, not jealousy. We're going to discuss envy with you all today,
aka the
green-eyed monster boy. Let me tell you why they call it the green-eyed monster. I read an article online that there are certain physical effects that envy has on the body, and it causes the body to create extra bile, which causes the skin and the eyes to have a greenish hue, causing you to look ill. And that's why they call it the green-eyed monster.
Guys, just going out here, just looking at people's eyes to see.
But I don't think it would be
let me know this
looking like you had jaundice.
Let me see your eyes a minute, please. Take off your glasses. I mean, let's see your eyes. I just want to see something.
Right? So, I mean, there's a little tidbit, a little did you know moment. That's why they call it the green-eyed monster.
So I just want to run through the comments, because when you're
let's see what they say.
To lose track, right? So Carrie-Ann is back again, and she said, wait, oh my God, it's Wednesday. Good to see you guys. Hope everybody is safe. And she said, let's get into it.
Yes.
So she ready. She pumped and ready. Big up. Right. Danielle is here. She's saying hi.
Hi, Danielle.
Shalives says, good afternoon, Queens. Great topic. My perspective is saying very true, in agreement with what you've been speaking about. Carrie said, I used to feel so, but I learned that I don't know what they have been through, or
yes.
Yeah. And she don't know what they've been through to get what they have, so you don't stress over people's possessions. Very, very, very good point. Yes. And Judith is saying, guys, jealousy is not only with 3 people or relationships, but much more than that. Yeah.
Yes. Excellent points, ladies. But hear what now? First, but we want to get into a couple of things, and we had to go quicker because this is such a multifaceted topic. We can go all over the place with this, but for time constraints, we had to pick the more pertinent parts for this discussion, right? So we'll go through quickly, but we want to talk about envy attacks. You ever hear that term? Envy attacks.
Like the way
it's usually things to look out for when you're dealing with an envious person.
Okay.
It's certain the typical personality traits of an envious person, right? And you call it an envy attack. But before we go there, you all have any experiences and any stories all you have to tell? I know there are some stories that exist.
Neicy, run your story.
And also we want to post to the listening and viewing audience. Have you guys ever experienced or have ever been on the receiving end of envy?
Yeah.
Please feel free to call us, text us, or send it in the chat room, right? We want to hear about your experience. If you're going to call us at 466-4OUR or 466-4687. And remember, it's down below, guys, on the lower third. You'll see the number right on the screen right here.
Yes.
Right? Call us and tell us about your experience with envy.
I really want to hear.
Yes.
Because,
Who going
sometimes people
first?
experience so many things and you're like, what is going on?
I would like to hear Shawna.
No, I want to hear your own. I hear you this morning. It was a Monday.
It was a Monday
I was
morning.
just being dramatic, you guys. I think, in a nutshell, we all experience it one form or the other. Something that would have stood out to me in terms of that would have been like the platform that I'm in. Being in media is a space where whether you want to or not, you're kind of in a space where you're in the public light. I might not be a big celebrity or anything like that, but people still pay attention to the stuff you're doing and stuff like that. And sometimes, like when you get different opportunities that your peers might be vying for, all of a sudden you see the difference with how they respond when you get it. Versus if the shoe was on the other foot, you glad that somebody win. If it's you or the other person, I'm at a place in my life right now. It took me a while to get here where I know like what is for me is for me. So I have a piece where if I get something, I know it's God's will for me. And if I don't, I know something better is coming. And I can clap for whoever got the role or got the opportunity. It's
what is
not
for
always the case when the shoe's on the other foot. I realize the more I got opportunities, the congratulations and the job well done, or it just started to get lesser.
Decrease.
I was like,
decrease.
Before, when all of us trying to achieve stuff, is everybody supporting one another. We had groups, people checking in, hey, how things, and as soon as they see you doing well, assume that you're doing well, because with every new level comes different challenges. I realized like nobody's asking these questions, nobody's saying job well. Not that I need it, don't get me wrong, but I just pay attention to so where all of the support went.
Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes. And that's just it. It's like they, when you're starting off on the same level, especially when you grow up with somebody, you went to school with somebody, or start off the same way, take the same subjects, do the same stuff, and then all of a sudden you reach your late 20s, early 30s, when you're really getting into the meat of life, and you start to elevate, and they're still at a level that they don't feel complete in.
And even sometimes they're elevating as well, and they still feel a way about your
No, I'm glad you said that, because my cousin gave me an analogy the other day. We were talking about this because she's asking me, what you going to talk about this week on Island Girl Talk? So I was telling her now, and she made a comment that stayed with me. She said envy is such that it doesn't always have to be a thing or a trait or a job status, but just your inner light. Your inner light. And that's something you cannot help. That's God given.
And it's something glad that you said that.
But hold on, I want to tell you the analogy. She said, for example, look at people who might seem like they have it all. They have money, the car, they big house, they travel, all the works, right? Good. She likened it onto an ice cream cone and an ice cream shop. Let me explain. She said, you would go into the ice cream shop, buy an ice cream, your favorite flavor, and you looking at this cone and you enjoying this ice cream cone. It tastes so good, praline and cream. My favorite now.
Salted caramel, Häagen-Dazs.
Right? And you eating and enjoying, and you're so happy with your little ice cream cone. You know what I'm saying? And they can't stand the fact that you enjoying this ice cream cone so much. They rotified by it. They don't like it. You understand?
Who's the day?
But them now, the ones who don't like the fact that you enjoying this ice cream cone, own the whole ice cream shop.
Own the shop.
They own the shop, They're selling the ice cream. Ice cream galore. Ice cream for everyone.
So it's just that they don't want you.
But they don't like the fact that you enjoying this ice cream cone. They envy that joy that you feel. It goes to, so what I'm trying to say is, you might be happy with the little you have. How this girl's so happy and go lucky all the time. And, every time I see her, she always does that no matter what she's going through. And you now, with everything, every worldly possible material thing that could possibly make you happy in this realm, you have. But you
still feel
you have a problem with my inner light.
I am so appreciative of, the upbringing that my mom gave me where that is concerned, because, we just learned to, from the things that she taught me, just be content with what you have and make do with what you have. Don't let materialistic things burn your eyes. And for me, it really did work. When you grow up a particular way, you literally find joy in life that you don't care. I mean, of course, you still want to work towards certain accomplishments. We're not saying no, but you're not gonna let minor things that other people own trouble you, because you find joy in so much other things and friendships. And
I agree that with two things, with the point that Chris was making earlier, because something that my mom used to tell me when I was young going to school, and it's only as an adult it started to make sense. She would say, like, sometimes people would just see you and dislike you simply for the way that God made you. And I'd be like, Mommy, this doesn't make no sense. And she would repeat it over and over growing up. I know countless times I hear my mom saying that. And getting older, those words hit home in a way that I'm like, wow.
Yes.
Like wow.
Yes.
And with touching on the point that he made, a lot of it comes from the upbringing.
Yeah.
Because as Chris was saying as well, you could have people. I doesn't understand how people could have more than you and upset with you for the peace that you have, or the joy that you have, for the little things.
It's God given, and they don't realize that in order for them to possibly have that, they need to go within. But not everybody is willing to do that inner work. You know. Now, before I continue, I want to tell you all, please share this live, guys on YouTube, guys right here on TikTok. Welcome to Island Girl Talk TikTok fam, and YouTube fam. Share the live, please, so that more people can get in on this topic, because we know a lot of people can resonate with this. Yes,
definitely.
So
and just to touch on the comments, I'm a first time viewer, so I'm gonna say, been here just a few minutes into the topic and I'm enjoying this a lot. And he's also him and Carrie say when they're going on dates now, they're going to be looking at people's eyes. Why do I give my mouth
look for the green, look for the green
on this platform and have people going out there now,
right?
But I even had a conversation with Chris. I'm not sure if you remember when we were speaking, and I said sometimes the people closest to you are the ones, because as you mentioned, they're not supporting.
Oh gosh,
those closest to you are the ones who not supporting.
Yeah.
You know, and
gosh,
and I was telling her too.
Matix, you're laughing. Richard knows. Richard knows. He knows.
You know, I reached the point in my life where I don't even, I know it's not intentional. You know, they're doing it and it's not deliberate. It's just that they can't help it. They are used to you in a particular form.
Yeah.
And they found comfort with their relationship with you and with who you are at that present moment. So when you start to become somebody else, it makes them a little bit uncomfortable.
A little bit? A lot.
A lot. Right? So I tell myself, you know, it is not a big deal. I don't even get upset. I don't have hatred. I don't feel any type of way towards them. I understand that this is just a natural process. And then what you recognize is when you're in that initial stage of growth, because you mentioned, Neicy, is challenges.
Yes.
Right? So to climb every ladder with your own personal growth is a challenge. And when you're going through your challenges, everybody quiet. Nobody complimenting you. Nobody giving you any motivation.
Nobody supporting.
They just watching.
They're not liking your social media, but they're watching you on your stories. 10 likes on social media, 300 views on your stories.
They're waiting to see you fail.
Yeah, they want to. And then that is when you see them show up. You okay?
Yeah.
Everything all right?
And I know that wasn't really a good idea, you know, but it was a good. I told you so. I told you so. But you know what? Once you really become successful in whatever field it is and you really push, then everybody pops up.
Everybody want to be a friend.
Yeah. Well, I knew her a long time, you know. That was my friend from back then. And yeah, she's doing big things. We were really good. And all of a sudden, everybody wanted to know you.
Yeah. I had to do a cleanse. Like, honestly.
A purge?
Yes, I had to do a purge with how I understood people or how I perceive people, because sometimes you're looking at somebody a certain way and you think they mean well, and sometimes you're just not seeing what's in front of you. So I literally had to really take time to not take things personal, but really see where people coming from and evaluate, are you somebody that I want in my space? And I took a period where I was just observing people, like observing when I share good news, how people respond, observing like if I supporting their stuff, not say that you're doing things for people to do it back, but just observing the dynamic of the relationship, because every relationship needs to be balanced. It's give and take, you know. And in that space I realized like the relationships were changing, but it wasn't changing on my end, because I felt like I was still the same person, still caring, still loving, still supporting, but they started to view me differently. They would make little sly comments like just not a girl until you're girl, you're big on it all day, you know, the kind of and I realized like at a point in time I started to play really small just for people to not
be in your business.
So it's like you're self-sabotaging because you don't wanna, like you feel like okay, every time you go out for something or you pursue something, you're accomplishing it. And to come back to tell them the good news, you're not getting.
Oh my God, I resonate with that so much.
I don't think I would say self-sabotage. That sounds like survival.
To me,
that sounds like survival.
Self-sabotage, because it's like later on I realized why I should not have to dim my light for people in my space who claim that they love me.
Okay.
You know, that's where I'm coming from.
You know how I interpreted that? Like when you have things bubbling, you don't want nobody to know, so you say you stay small, you don't say nothing, and when it's time to happen, it happens. You know what I mean? That's what I thought you meant. But I hear you. like it's like the minute you start to morph.
Yeah.
All the time is a caterpillar, but you can't stay a caterpillar. You can't stay crawling on the ground.
Yeah.
So you start to morph. You're going in your cocoon, you get small, right? And then you start to morph into the beautiful butterfly, and all of a sudden everybody have heart palpitations. Oh my God, how dare she? How dare she evolve? You know what I mean? I don't see the point in that. Congratulate and encourage people. And even if you feel a tinge or a twinge of envy, use that to step your game up.
Yes.
Well, I can't curse on this channel, but well said, right? Because I had to realize it in myself as well,
Yes, of
and
course. We all
understood
face-
what that was about. Anytime you feel that feeling, you have to reach a place in your life that you're so self-aware that you know you. So if your friend is coming to you and they have good news and you feel a little thing, Nakisha, what is that?
Snap.
I want to understand that, because I want to be somebody that could support you at any level.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I started to turn those feelings into inspiration, because
Yes.
it comes back to the perception.
Yes.
If you see somebody accomplish something, you shouldn't have to feel jealous or envious of that situation. Okay, if they could do it, use that as motivation for you to get
Thank
your
you.
stuff
Yes.
together. But not everybody have that mindset. So some people, because they're not willing to do the work that the said person did
Yeah.
to reach in that position, they need to tear it down.
Yes.
So, you know, she lucky, or she know people, or
Yeah.
you understand what I'm saying? But they
Yes.
can't give you your credit. They can't give you your due.
Yeah, I am also. Sorry, Chris. you
No,
want
go
to
ahead,
say
Alan.
something? On the inspiration, I read an article where they explain sometimes you see people doing things, and you might tell yourself, and this is where you're seeing on the flip side, you might feel a little bit of jealousy perhaps, but when you see somebody accomplish things that you always wanted to do, and you love, or you see yourself doing, that's a good sign. It's a sign that exactly what you see in somebody, you can see it in yourself. You may not be
Especially
there
if
as
it's close
yet.
to home.
Yes.
And it's a time-
You
and-
may not be there as yet, but the fact that you are looking at them and say, I like that, I want to do that, that means you already exhibit those qualities. It's just a matter of time before you could work and channel your energy to get to there.
And use it as the catalyst to get moving.
Yeah.
You understand? But guys, Neicy, were you gonna say something?
I was just going to check in with the comments.
All right, let's check in with our.
So Carrie is
Chat
sharing.
room.
She say for her it's painful when people who should be in your corner, like your husband, your a wife, a sister, whosoever should be in your corner, they are the ones you're experiencing jealousy from. And she's also saying they push you to do whatever, then they are the ones in the first, when you achieve it, to pull you down.
Yeah.
You have to be so careful.
hard when
Like you
it's close to
literally
home.
have to. Listen to me. You have to be intentional about the work that you do to protect your energy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, Neicy, you said earlier, like you had to become aware and assess the people
I
you've had
started
around
to
you.
question
These last 2
every-
years, this pandemic period, I have done some kind of cleaning and moving and shaking in terms of the people that I had
Yeah.
around me. And I am telling you, I am better off for it. Right?
And that it hurts. Honestly, for me, I don't know if you all experience it, but
It
when you
hurts.
realize like this person isn't healthy for me,
Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
and it's somebody
for
that you genuinely love, or you
Consider.
have like a long standing
Yes.
relationship
It
with,
hurts.
and you realize like, wait, I really have to create some space here.
And that says a lot about you too. If you could actually follow through and seek yourself first and your own peace first, honor yourself first. I mean, it will hurt, but it says a lot about a person who can just accept that, you know what, this friendship, this relationship, this interaction, it's not working for me.
Yeah.
It's bringing me down. It's keeping me from moving forward. I'm going to have to let it go.
Yeah.
You know?
But as Neicy mentioned, it really does hurt.
It
because
does.
for me personally, I'm somebody that I don't really care what other people think. If you know me, I'm somebody, I will do what I have to do despite what other people think. But I
Same
have
here.
a selected few, like I value their, certain adults in my life, like, the heads. I have certain friends or certain people in different fields that I actually genuinely value their opinion. And I consider them the selected few. So when the selected few give you that kind of hate, it really does hurt.
Listen.
It hurts.
Physical pain, you know.
This lesson
Gotta
I
do it.
learned with the filtering, and funny enough, is like I finding friends who doing the same thing that you do,
Yeah.
you get a lot of the jealousy in that space. Because some of my closest friends, not in entertainment.
Yeah.
And I think that adds to our relationship because I could genuinely support them in their space who in real estate, who in accounting, who what. But most of the attacks, as Krystal said, that I got came from peers within the same industry as me.
Opposites attract. You see, because when you have varying things going on, it's just easier to be,
But I still don't find that should be an excuse because I have plenty close friends in my best friend and I are partners in the math block. And for me,
you told me
she is a full-on inspiration to me, right? When nobody else believed in me, my best friend was like, yo, you can more than do this. I took my idea to her and she was like, okay, cool, let's do it.
Yeah.
Now, of course, there are always exceptions to the rule. Yeah. But guys, I've got to reel it in because we strayed a little bit. We strayed. As Island Girl talk, we talking, but we need to reel it back in, and we want to let the people know. We want to enlighten people and let them know what are envy attacks.
Yeah.
And what to look out for when you are on the receiving end of envy.
Sure.
So let's go. Right? So one thing to look out for, and I'm sure we have all touched on it just by chatting just now, is using sarcasm.
Oh, God.
That is one way.
Yeah.
Right? That you could tell,
And they pretend it's a joke.
are they serious?
Yeah.
Joke
Are they joking?
nothing.
That kind of thing.
Joke nothing.
Joke nothing.
Right? This is not funny.
Especially if it is a recurring thing. You know what I mean? I've had just recently someone talk to me, prata. There's somebody who loves to talk about what's going on with them. I like to listen.
Yeah.
So I would let them, plus I'm not always an open book. So I know I'm not always forthcoming with my business, my personal life. I've always been an introvert, right? I have to really trust you or check for you to share that much.
Yeah.
So in our friendship or interaction, she talks and I listen.
Yeah.
Right? And after, you talk, everything good with you. Wow, that's great, blah, 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 blah. I'm the supportive person in the friendship. And then comes around to her asking me, and this is after I have to act it out. On a high, talking about life and this and that and everything that's going on with her. And I'm happy to listen. But then when she'd run out of things to say, turns around to me and says, so how things going? What's your show?
Oh, the whole tone.
And I'm going to say it.
Watch this
it's all right.
The whole tone switch too?
Tone switch everything.
Wow.
And I'm like, it's going good. Really good. And I kept it short.
Yeah.
And this has happened more than once. But with this particular person, I knew it to be something more than just than genuine interest. It was just like a courtesy kind of question and not really interested and stuff. And I picked up on it and I just kept it short and kept it moving. All that is to say, be careful.
Yeah.
Someone doesn't give you the same energy you give them for their achievements.
Yeah.
Try not to share too much.
Yeah.
Keep your stuff to yourself. Keep your head down. Tunnel vision. Stay focused. And tell nobody your business.
Yep.
What you all have for me?
And next one is putting somebody down.
Oh, gosh.
That's definitely a
Talk to me.
Of course, they would just find ways to make you seem a little bit less of who you are. So they are not necessarily above you, but that would be the only way they can get you to feel below is by undermining, any accomplishment. That's not a big deal. I could have do that. You should have do this instead,
Yes.
if you do XYZ, I don't feel like you have the proper recipe. Like everybody already know everything. If you have the recipe, well then cook the food.
Exactly.
Right?
Thank you. Cook the food. Let me taste your
They
pelaudan.
always undermine what you do, And,
Yes.
of course, you don't have it perfect, so you would be very open to constructive criticism because especially if you feel like you're now starting and you probably and yourself even have no idea of how to get by or what to do. But them actually undermining you, boy, is definitely one of the envy attacks.
Nicole Natalie here on TikTok Live said, lots of people around you are having silent competitions with you and in your achievements.
Yeah.
So you don't, you're just thinking you live in life.
Yeah.
And somebody is competing with you. I actually know of someone else who said that, and this is a gorgeous, beautiful woman, and I don't mean like, to be fair, I don't mean typical beauty. Like, oh, she's pretty or she's beautiful. I mean, this girl is striking, like beauty pageant looks, you know? And her frame, everything, striking young woman. And she says to me, whenever she sees a pretty woman, she feels intimidated and bad about herself and she doesn't like it. And then she feels like the person is competition. Listen, that hit me in my chest like, boom. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, how could you resent someone for something they can't control? They didn't have a hand in being good looking or what we perceive to be good looking. The Almighty made them that way. You understand? And there's always going to be someone better, prettier, more skilled. Or it doesn't matter how great you are, there will always be someone better. Just people who realize the secret is just being content with what you have. You see gratefulness, you see gratitude.
And that is the key. That inner peace within
that yourself is the key.
And everything that you are. So just diving into the comments because it's piling up.
Oh gosh, talk to us.
Yes. So let me go back. Right. So KTC is saying you're the average of the 5 people that you spend time with when we're talking about the friendships and the circle, your circle and whatnot. Jason Carruth is saying to counter this, know and love yourself, trust God, and have no expectations from people.
Absolutely.
Right? Very good point.
Well,
Tevin is saying good evening. Jason also touched back in. He said your positive energy shines through. Any energy, light always shines out darkness, no matter how small it is. Well said. Peaches is also saying, in terms of the attacks, when they say, so how your little business going?
Oh gosh.
You know, the little.
How your little.
You know how people like to talk with the quotation marks.
They trivialize it.
Yes. And KTC is also mentioning that capitalism has turned a lot of women against with women. Do you all agree with that?
Yes. I do. KTC, big up you. All right. Shawna is gonna say something.
No, Neicy, were you gonna mention something? Okay, you made a point. Actually, slipped my mind what I was gonna say. I forget. So you can move on to another point.
I'm gonna do one more before we move on because we're running a little behind. Yeah. You know when they passively just I guess we mentioned it in chatting before, but when they passively waiting for you to mess up.
Yes.
Right? Yes. And you know they set and they waiting like a mappy pea, as the old people like to say. You dig? I don't know about you, but I could sense that.
Yeah.
I can sense that. That is another reason why I keeps my business to myself. I keeps that book closed. You understand? And so we're gonna, guys, make one more because what we're gonna do after is move on to ways in which you can combat these attacks because it could really make you feel bad, especially when somebody you care about tells you something like, to bring you down, to bring your ventures down, to bring you anything that you are trying to accomplish down. And there are ways or things that you can do to build yourself back up. Recently, I had an encounter where my self-esteem took an extreme hit. And that's a rare thing for me. If anybody knows me, they know you had to come real good to put a dent in my confidence. I am a confident woman. I own it, right? And I like it when I am around other confident women because I love that energy.
You know when you're in that space where everybody thriving and supporting each other genuinely. But
you see, when it's the people who you love and who you know supposed to love you that come with the daggers with the what is call it? You know what I mean? The daggers that come with the daggers. Oh gosh, it's just like physical pain. And I recently had that, and I had to talk myself back. I had to become intentional. I even called Richard. But to chat with him a little bit. and he leave me with some good words for me to focus on. I had to intentionally talk myself back to me.
I think it took me a very long while to I think because my personality is so bubbly and friendly, I was going through the world with this lens of like everybody means well, being very naive. Yeah. Listen, entertainment taught me a lot. I've had people that have been close in entertainment when my name was being mentioned in rooms for opportunities, and they right there say no.
I've been there, girl.
And I'm like,
I've been there.
And the thing is, this is stuff that came back to me years later after certain friendships fell through on its own. And I'm like, how? When? Why? Yeah. Because I was not seeing it, or maybe I was naive to the fact. But I just was thinking everybody means well. Because I thinking what you give is what's supposed to come back to you. I learned. And now it's like, sorry to say, I don't really have expectations where people is concerned. I know who my core are. I know who people who genuinely love and cherish and appreciate and support the things that I do. And honestly, I'm at a place in my life that even if they don't, I have strangers who would reach out and share and like and check it.
It's the strangers that will give us the love, you know.
So
it's the strangers.
I don't look for it outside. I just make sure that whatever I'm putting out is always of a good quality, and I try my best to just make sure and maintain a standard, and I just leave it out to whoever it resonates with. Stop expecting people to be, or your family or your friends, honestly, to be the ones cheering you on, because if you're looking for that the moment that they don't, it does bother you.
All right, so you know what, ladies, we'll take a little break now. We'll take a little break. But guys, if you're just tuning in, we are talking about envy and envy attacks. So we just gave you all a little bit, a few as to how to recognize when someone is envious of you. We spoke about what to look out for, what it is, where it may stem from, these types of things. But when we get back, we will talk a little bit about how to survive envy attacks, as well as how to tame any feelings of envy within yourself. You understand? Because we're not delusional. You understand? We may feel envy as well, and there are certain things that you can do to tame that feeling within yourself. You understand? So we'll take a short break and get right back with more Island Girl talk on O.U.R. Radio FM.
Caribe Hard Cider. Moments made extraordinary.
Tell the devil you look, boy, you ain't find it. I'm not where I really want to be. So please don't try and heavy me. Oh no, cause birthday was fresh already. So I ain't losing no sleep for nobody. I don't know if you ain't noticed, but I own money and progress. If you have ulterior motive, get me loud and I don't want them people calling, cause I on a different vibes, and you on some different vibes, so don't call. And anyway I see a party, it's a big way. No long talk, no small talk, it's a big way. I go here from a distance, it's a big way. No talk, we can't talk, it's a big way. Nothing to my life, no. When you are wrong, nothing does go right. You're toxic and complacent. We on two different wavelengths. So I said this year we galling.
never come second to none. Watch you road where you're walking and go like free run. It's way easier said than done. From you wake up in the morning is a slippery tide. Trouble day up on your mind so you swiftly blood. Paralyzed from all the lies, now you feel simply sad. Can't afford to make an error through your distillate. You can't forget it. Dreams make you wake up early. And now you say you start to regret it. But what you gonna do about it? What can you do about it? What can you do about it? What can you do about it? What you gonna do about it? Your weapon and you take him ghost. Looking right up on the corner and you start to boast. How you circle the men's and them like you toad. Now you look over your shoulder and you can't repose. Trouble there up on the mic and now him keep my post. Can't afford to lose your life, now I will lose your soul. Me not live another minute for your distant cold. All of a sudden you're not bad trip reload. You can't forget it. Dreams make you wake up early. And then you say you start to regret it. But what you gonna do about it? What can you do about it? What can you do about it? What can you do about it? What you gonna do about it? Now we on no one can replace and it never comes second to none. Watch you road where you're walking and go like free run. It's way easier said than done. From you wake up in the morning is a slippery tide. Trouble day up on your mind so you swiftly blood. Paralyzed from all the lies, now you feel simply sad. Can't afford to make an error through your distillate. You can't forget it. Dreams make you wake up early. And then you say you start to regret it. But what you gonna do about it? What can you do about it? What can you do about it? What can you do about it? What you gonna do about it?
Expert Lord, say big up the south and the east and the west, girl, them all me tongue and our friend them. Say anywhere you see me there, I will stand there with me. This one,
cause we just live it our life. We just live my life like it's golden. Living it up cause we're free. Doing it up cause we're young and dumb and I can't believe this is real.
care what?
Just so damn
Care what? Care what?
Just live my life like it's golden.
Live it out.
Living it up cause we're free. Doing it up cause we're young and dumb and I can't believe this is real.
Can't believe that.
Just so damn carefree.
Care what? Care what?
Just so damn carefree.
Care what? Care what?
Open your eyes in the moment. Forget the worries you had as a new day, no chances of calling. Don't be afraid, feel the spirit, your journey is endless. Dust off your worries inside, take a chance and just live in the moment.
Live it.
Today is your day, so just own
Let's
it.
go.
Never be afraid to show us up.
Don't be afraid.
That's all the hate and live it up.
Let's it out, let's it out, girl.
Worry less, set your mind free.
Set it free, let it fly.
What you cannot be, just let it be. Just take it easy.
Take it easy.
Clear your mind and help on with the treasy. Don't worry about it today, it's not for no reason.
No reason.
I'ma think about it next week. Now I'm just focused on me, cause we just live my life like it's golden.
Live it.
Living it up cause we're free.
Live it.
Doing it up cause we're young and dumb and I can't believe this is real.
Can't believe that.
Just so damn carefree.
Care what? Care what?
Just so damn carefree.
Care what? Care what?
Just live my life like it's golden.
Live it out.
Living it up cause we're free.
Live it.
Doing it up cause we're young and dumb and I can't believe this is real.
Can't believe that.
Just so damn carefree.
Care what? Care what?
Just so damn carefree.
Care what? Care what? You just gotta think about it. Think about it. Think about it now. If you ain't gonna be about you, who gonna be about it? Be about you. So stop cutting up yourself. Stop cutting. Stop yourself. Cause we feel that pain too when you cutting up yourself. You move so up when a nigga try help. Try help. Big dog ting like I do it by myself. Do it by yourself. And you don't need nobody else. Nobody.
Sad thing is everybody need help. Learning from you, that's just how we grow. I got money, you got money, let that handy flow. We got problems, learn to let it go. Life is beautiful, life is beautiful. Live it.
Living it up 'cause you're free. Doing it up 'cause we're young and dumb, and I can't believe this is real.
Can't believe that.
Care what?
And welcome back to Island Girl Talk. We are your hosts. I am Miss Krystal Khayne. We have
Trinidad Shawna.
and
Neicy official.
la 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 la. And guys, if you're just tuning in, we have been discussing the green-eyed monster. Yes.
Stop saying
Jealousy. Hear me, jealousy. We're talking about envy, the green-eyed monster. Now see, the green-eyed monster is not weed. Right? You're talking about Mary Jane.
Edibles or something, but moving on.
She might be talking about the green man that everybody does see when they smoke now. Running around.
I don't see a green.
No, we are talking about envy, the official green-eyed monster, right? And guys, we actually, just to recap quickly, we talked about how envy is different from jealousy.
Yeah.
Jealousy has more to do with relationships, and it involves when you are afraid of losing something that you already have.
Yes.
Whereas envy is when you are coveting something that someone
somebody
else
else
has.
has.
It's that feeling of resentment or discontent, a discontented feeling that you get from looking at something that someone else possesses. Whether it be a personality trait, the inner light, their stature in life, anything at all. Okay, and of course we talked about envy attacks, how to recognize when you are on the receiving end of an envious person or an envy attack.
Yeah.
Right? But now we want to touch briefly on how to survive these envy attacks. How to block it.
Yeah.
Let me do it. Let block it,
What kind of
block them attacks. Block it. Why are we so dotish?
I have no idea.
All right. So Neicy,
Yes.
what you
yes,
have?
yes.
What is one way to block an envy attack?
Yeah.
I would start by saying never apologize for who you are.
Right.
Stand
Amen.
firm in who you are, no matter how people perceive it, no matter how people try to make you feel small. Right? Don't allow people to make you small. Don't allow
That's
people
right.
to
dim you.
yeah, to
dim your light.
because I'm speaking from experience. As I said, like I used to feel like I have to shrink myself.
Yeah.
Because I do a lot of things, and people sometimes will be like, who she feels she is.
Yeah.
And sometimes you feel, okay, well, for instance, if somebody like invite me to something and they have to introduce me, they don't know how to introduce you, like slash. And I used to feel bad about
No,
that.
girl.
Because I trying to figure, okay, well, let me just get 2 main titles and I can work with this. But the fact of the matter is, I do a lot. I'm extroverted. I like adventure. I do a lot.
Be proud, darling.
So
Be proud.
I had to learn to stand in all of that
Yeah.
and not
Who
feel
you
the
are.
need to be
I
small or
love
to take away parts of me for people to feel, well, okay, they could relate.
Right.
Yes.
So my advice is just stand in all that you are. Don't play small and own it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And another one is don't let the insults stick. Don't let them stick
Krystal
because
and me.
Oh,
yeah,
gosh.
we
I dealt with that over the weekend.
we tend to hear negative things from people, especially those that we consider, and then it's a downward spiral for us because we just let it affect and deplete our entire energy, and then you don't even know how to start back. Sometimes you give up on the goal, you give up on the dream. Don't let it stick.
Yes.
If somebody says something insulting, you don't even need to respond. You just smile. Sometimes you don't even need to acknowledge the fact that they said something, and you just go to yourself and say, God, give me the strength to overcome what they said. I am not what they said. I am who I am. Right?
Yes.
And I like the point that you made because I had to practice that a few times, and I noticed when you ignore people, they stop saying stuff.
Yes.
Like when I realized every time you have a comment, it's always something sarcastic or something sly, I just
Let me just share.
so I just continue the conversation like nothing. And I realized
Go ahead.
Yes.
they have nothing to say.
That is a good tactic. Go ahead, Shawna.
She said that. I remembered when I was in secondary school, right? And I was doing Kung Fu for a little while. My Kung Fu teacher used to teach us little life tactics, right? So he was like, what you'll do if somebody pull down your pants? So everybody's like, what? Like, everybody's like, you're feeling embarrassed. You pull down your pants in school. You're just picturing yourself like somebody pull down your pants. He said, take off the rest of the pants.
Yeah. And you take out the ammunition from the gun.
So as small as that is, I literally, that one line that he gave me, I went through my life with that. You making fun of me? I can make fun of me too. Ha ha ha.
Now what?
Now what? And it's true. Like when you learn to live and accept your truth and okay, well that's true. Your nose big. Well, my nose big. I could smell everything.
Right?
You know that moment in 8 Mile when Eminem went on the stage and literally rapped about himself and the next guy had nothing to say?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna own my stuff before you could use it against me.
I like
if you
that.
put it out to the world, it doesn't become something you're trying to hide. I'm gonna let you know what's in my closet before you get a chance to use it against me.
Don't let it stick.
We're gonna give you guys one more because we pressed for time, right? But one more way to avoid or survive an envy attack is do not criticize them back. Right? They tell you something, right? Don't feel the need to stoop to their level and give it right back to them. Instead, remind them of things that are good about them. Remind them about their strengths, their wins, their accomplishments, you know? So in other words, you're really saying, hey, you don't need to do that to me, you know? Remember, you have all this going for you. You've got this, you've got that, you've got all kinds of things going for you. You know, bask in the ambience of your success.
Agreed.
You know, you don't need to tear nobody else down. And that's another way too. So then you turn it around on them and you make them think and they feel kind of bad too. And just to touch on what Neicy said too, by ignoring them, another good tactic quickly is if somebody insults you or says something to try and down you in a moment, just get quiet. It works best on the phone too. You understand? Just get quiet. You see that? Those few minutes of dead air, when they realize that you didn't give the reaction that was intended, they now start to get flustered and they start to stutter and find ways to try and ease
or
up what they...
Yes.
I didn't really mean that, you know, or I didn't mean it like that. Or and you just watch them. Watch them dig that hole. Dig it. You know what I'm saying? Just say nothing. It's hard for some people to ignore, but ignoring works. All right. So we're gonna move right along. Right. So that was some ways we touched on envy attacks, and we touched on ways to survive envy attacks. But we're gonna move right along because we have to acknowledge the fact that it's not always us on the receiving end. Sometimes we might feel a little bit of envy ourselves. It is a human condition. It's human nature. All right. So we want to give you all some tips in how to recognize envy in yourself and how to tame it. How to you know,
to
train that green-eyed monster within yourself and don't let it overcome you.
Make it
all right?
pink. Make the green-eyed monster pink.
Yeah, man.
And I love the fact that, you know, we are touching on both sides because, you know, everybody gives this glamour perception of life and we are so perfect and, you know, we always want to talk about us being on the receiving end when we are the ones who give the hurt ourselves because we have
and
our
everybody
own
could relate
traumas.
to either side. Like we are human at the end of the day. From one point to the other, we would have experienced it or even given it.
Because life is up and down and those down moments sometimes, of course, we would have our own resentment towards ourselves and perhaps towards other people. Reality.
Especially when you might be the one down and somebody, it's both ways.
As my grandmother and cousin would say, there is no one who is good. She quoting from the Bible now. There is no one who is good on the face of the earth. The only person that was good was Jesus Christ.
I am Christ.
You ain't good. Miss Lady, you ain't good.
You are too.
We can only aspire to be good. We can only aspire. We can hope to, but it's not in our nature. It's not possible. The only person who is good is God. If you're a believer, you understand?
You
know what I'm saying? We're not afraid to say that on this show. There's no one who is good. Only God.
Right. And everybody is trying somewhere. But we like to hope that
we will try our best.
Is trying one way or the other.
We will try our best.
And I think we just need empathy because, you know, for empathy for ourselves and for others. Because the truth is we all here learning. We're trying to figure this thing life. We're trying to figure out this thing called life. So it's a journey that we take together. So, I mean, we need to find ways to ease, according to Krystal, don't get vexed with me, the green eye monster.
And
one of the ways we could do so is by acknowledging it.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, you can't be in denial. You're feeling something, and Neicy pointed it out earlier. She said, if she finds her friend is getting an opportunity, and she finds herself feeling a little bit off, she says, Neicy, check
as soon
yourself.
as I start to feel anything wiggly inside it, I would have sometimes in a whole conversation and I self-soothing over here and having a whole self-conversation with myself while listening to, because I want to fix that.
Yes.
I want to clean that up. They're not going to turn into a seed and then turn into a whole tree.
Oh, gosh,
we're not doing that over
Nip
there.
it in the bud.
Nip it.
Yes. So,
Clip,
so acknowledgement is a really good place to start, because of course if you could acknowledge your issues, then you could work towards resolving them.
And it comes with a form of being willing to be honest with yourself, which most people can't do. Like you have to learn how to really be honest and take accountability, and most people can't do that.
So guys, we go and reel it in. We go and reel it back in. You know, it's the reeler. You gotta reel it back in, if that's a word.
What's on the Twitter is envy.
Reel it in all yet. Right? So we're gonna look at ways to tame envy within ourselves. I wanna start, if that's all right.
That's what I just touched on, acknowledgement.
Of course. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
And I'm here just to self-soothe.
Right. So I wanna touch on using that envy to fuel self-improvement.
Right.
Right?
That's a good one.
If you see somebody, like, let me talk about me. Let me talk about first person, Krystal. Right?
Hi, Chris.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Everybody like to look at pretty people. Everybody like to watch at beautiful people and look at, little features about them and stuff. And there's one person who would look and feel intimidated, like the young lady I talked about earlier, and feel, bad about themselves. But then they have the other people who would be like, damn, them legs looking on point. She does do real squats or what? But that's me.
Yeah.
If I see a beautiful woman or somebody with traits that I admire, I will approach and talk to the person to ask them, well, how did you get to be this way? What makeup did you use? What kind of what kind of exercise do you do? I even tell Neicy, that body is on point. I need to know your exercise
Chris has
routine.
Me looking at my body different. You guys.
Right? Miss Lady over here looking like a whole snack. You understand?
I'm a snack.
And I'm like, dude, let her sister know. Let her sister know that's workout routine, because big up you. Right?
I even had to realize with you giving me the compliment and me feeling awkward to receive it was because I'm not accustomed.
Take it, darling. Take it.
I'm not accustomed to women doing that. Like, I have women in my circle who, we would do that within ourselves. But like somebody who you're probably a stranger, you're walking on the road and somebody just compliment you. Sometimes I would do it to random people. Like, I see a nice outfit, I see a hairstyle, and they like shocked. Like, how you,
and you could tell they need that, they need a little love,
because we're not in that society where people could really compliment you genuinely and let you own your stuff.
Well, girl eyes do it, because when I see a beautiful man, a beautiful woman, well, you have to be careful with the men. So if you're looking a little decent, you say, okay, very nice, I like your pants, I like your shirt, very nice. And with women, same thing. I love your makeup today. Ooh, where'd you get that top? That kind of thing. So it's good to, if you do feel a twinge of envy, right, for whatever reason, instead learn from the person. Step your game up. What did she do that got her to that level? I need to be at that level, because I come from a place where I believe there's enough for everybody in the world. God didn't make a limited world. We just limit ourselves.
Yes.
You understand? So there's enough for everyone. So I'm going to ask you now, how you do that? Where you get it from? Where can I go to do it? Yeah? How? When? Why? All these questions, so that I can be a better version of me.
Yeah, agreed.
You understand?
Yeah.
So that's my input.
Another one is not forgetting to count your own blessings.
Gratitude
is a must.
Yes, we touched on it a little bit, so I don't really need to take too much time on it. But a lot of times, and I'm not even speaking from a place of envy, but sometimes I will be in a bad mood, and I have some really good close friends, and they'll be like, Shawna, what happened? And then I will say, sometimes you find yourself spinning up in mud around one issue when there's so many other good things. And my friend will be like, Shawna, but XYZ, you doing X. And when my friend finish with me, I say, but wait, Shawna, you're a real bad girl.
Yeah. Sometimes you had to be able to do that for yourself.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's what it is. It's about learning to really appreciate you and counting your own blessings, because we have so many good things going on for us and we tend to focus on the wrong thing.
Yes.
You know?
Very well said.
Yeah.
Very well said. I'm going to give us one more. One quick one. Turn that envy into compassion. Right?
Yeah.
Now, we touched on it briefly before. Right? You envying somebody, you're eating up yourself, you're feeling all kind of way. Why they moving up ahead of you?
Yeah.
We start off same level. You don't know what that person went through. You don't know what they had to deal with. Somebody like looking perfect to you, and you finally had a chance to have a conversation with that person, and you hear about their background. You hear about the trials and tribulations that they've been through, and you realize this person is nothing like you imagined. Nothing. And they know about life, and they've been to hell and back. And your whole perspective of them change, and you no longer feel like this person is a threat. But damn, when you start to feel, if you have a conscience, you go feel bad.
Because most of the times you come into things with your perception and you put it on people, and now you expect them to take that and live up to it.
Absolutely.
You know?
So,
but as what Neicy said earlier, when she said, what is for you is for you.
Yeah.
And sometimes when people walk a very challenging or life with whatever aspect, God blesses them with certain opportunities. But yours will be there to come too when you're ready. When you grow spiritually, you grow in whatever ways you need to grow, your blessings will be awaiting you.
But I think that everybody has their thing that they could excel in. And I think what makes people become jealous or envious or whatnot is when you look across, okay, for instance, Shawna is a damn good dancer. Me, I still trying to figure out this choreography thing, right? Like I not there, but I know where my space is that I excel. I know my lane, but that doesn't mean I can't appreciate what God gave you because He didn't give it to me. And sometimes that is what a lot of people do, and they're walking around looking at everybody else's gift, and you're sitting in your lap, be like, okay, so I not good enough. Our stuff over here, not
that's
good
the
enough.
worst thing you could do to yourself.
Exactly, and I feel like it's a disrespect to God because He take the time to give you stuff that tailored to you. You know, only you could do that way. And you over here trying to be a copy of Krystal, a copy of Shawna, instead of being an original Neicy.
That reminds me of that quote. No one is you, and that is your superpower.
Exactly. So
you know
big
what
up
I mean?
You.
Do you see anybody talking in the chat rooms?
Judith Salsa said, I have to go, ladies, but always remember that true beauty comes from deep within and shows in everything that you do outside.
Thank you,
and
Judith.
Trust me, you can't run from that. If, however, you feel in deep within, it shows up. You can't. That's why I look for the genuineness in people, because you can't hide that. You might fake it a little bit, but sooner or later it comes to the surface.
Yes.
Jason Curtis saying acronym for peace. Positive energy activate constant elevation.
Yes, I. Snap.
Like we're gonna put out another juice.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yes, positive energy activates constant elevation. I love that.
Yeah,
I love that too.
heard that before, and I'm a code fanatic.
Any others?
No, that's it for now.
All right, nice.
All right, so guys, we're gonna wrap up segment 2. That said, we talked about, like, if you're now joining us, I hope that you've been here with us the whole time. But if you're just joining us, Island Girl Talk, we're talking about envy, right? We talked about what envy is, what causes it, what it stems from, how to recognize it from others, and how to survive it. All right, but but before we go, please, y'all, call us at 466 O.U.R. or 466-4687. The number is down below. And like Neicy said, share the live.
Trust me, we have some juicy stuff coming up.
Share the live, man, you know? All right. So, like I said, quick break, but we are going to be back with our Island Girl Spotlight. Yes? You're not going to want to miss this one, all right? Talk to you soon.
Caribe Hard Cider. Moments made extraordinary.
Just wanna have some fun, and I just wanna get down. Don't miss the magic. So blessed to have it. So blessed. It's the new calypso. As she shaking up, she hips so. It's the new calypso. As she shaking up, she hips so. Yeah, see me out, going on. Spread the love, and it's gonna be my day.
Welcome back to Island Girl Talk. All you today, it's heated. We're talking about some good things. And if you're just tuned in, we've been discussing envy. We looked at the comparisons between jealousy, envy. We looked at ways you could cope with envy from the receiving end or from even within yourself. We touch on everything.
Yes.
But what's the plan now?
But right about now, you know what? Yes, we have a guest. This is our Island Girl Spotlight segment.
Ta-da! No. Okay, cool.
Oh gosh, we overdo the corny already.
I really do it, but I like it.
Tada,
So,
you like it? You sure?
Spirit fingers.
Spirit fingers.
Look, she in the corner doing it too. Our guest in the corner, so.
So we have our Island Girl Spotlight segment right now, and our Island Girl Spotlight is the one, the only, Just Liz. Spirit fingers. Oh my goodness. So Just Liz is a lovely local up and coming / established
I think we
artist.
can take out up and coming.
Yeah, I don't like up and coming either, because
I think
you know what?
by now with this catalog we could take out up and coming.
I know how that does feel. Yes, people still calling me up and coming. So we have an amazing R&B / soul singer in the house. Right, guys, her voice is like, I don't know, amaretto. It's sweet. I love it. You know what I mean? And her music is just, she can be up there with anybody from the likes of Jill Scott, Erykah Badu, you know, Eclectic Soul. What's that girl who sang, I'm not the only supermodel. What's her name? India Ari. Yes.
I was kind of blank for a minute. I was trying to figure out where she going.
Right? So I'm going to just read a quick bio about Just Liz so you all can get, you know, a little bit of a synopsis, right? Just Liz is a singer, a songwriter, a performer, and a sunflower. Right? Born in Trinidad on July 6th, 95. She's a baby to all you. Oh, gosh. Elizabeth Waldron, professionally known as Just Liz, is a music artist of many genres. Her career started in 2013, where she started off in hip-hop, right? Following in the footsteps of her influences such as Lauryn Hill and Eminem. Papa Yoi.
That's a nice baby day.
Right? Her singing career started officially in 2017, where she decided to give rap a well-deserved break to focus on her first love, which is soul and R&B. Right? Since then, she's been working alongside producer J. Dot and had released singles such as Golden, my favorite, featuring artist J. Naj, a few solo projects such as Selfish and Brown Skin, and worked with Australian producer JC on her single Best Side, which is featured on the Spotlight EP album with executive producer / songwriter Daryl Gervais.
And we calling her up and coming. Come on.
Up and coming, nothing.
Up and coming.
Right? Well established artist, right? Liz is currently working on expanding her musical library with her newest EP, 22. While flexing her musical capabilities by doing background vocals for soca artists in Trinidad and Tobago. Now, Liz boy.
Listen, we play a song on our show. We like it, so we always get in
Golden is playing. Golden makes me.
Yes.
I mean, I sing, but Golden makes me feel like I could sing.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've played it in every episode.
Yes, we have.
Yes.
But we left out a very important fact.
What's
you
that?
Guys,
What's that?
Liz doesn't like watermelon.
Oh gosh,
That
Liz.
is what we was debating about.
We just found out.
Listen.
You know, we just found this out, and it's crucial information.
Yes.
Because we offered her our.
Yeah, we have these stack.
Yeah, show them the watermelon. Look.
With love.
Richard, show them the watermelon. Look.
Yeah.
Yes, we offer Liz watermelon.
And Liz was like, she don't like watermelon.
She's like,
I almost got a stroke. she added some other things that she don't like, but we still stuck on the watermelon.
But here now, she don't like saltfish, boy.
Listen.
Saltfish.
I wasn't going to put you on the spot, I wasn't going to put you.
Liz, what you doing us? Bacon bulljoy.
She said she don't like Bobby, but I am not same side to
Ay.
I'm disappointed.
I don't
but
know.
her talent will make up for it.
Yeah, her talent will make her overlook these things.
Watermelon
Only if
is
she
not
sing
a
like a
sure
little
fruit.
acapella, something, we will forget it.
Watermelon is not a sure fruit. Watermelon does not know what direction it wants to go in.
Oh my gosh.
I don't like that.
Not the hating on the watermelon. All right, but let's get into it. Tell us a little bit about your journey, your musical journey. I know I read a little bit about it in the bio, but tell us in your own words what the journey has been for you thus far.
Well, it has been kind of challenging, to be very honest with you. I had good days, bad days. I really started off music just as a form of expression, really and truly, because I was mad at my mom. That's where the rapping came from and the whole aggression from the Eminem part and things like that. So it kind of started off like that initially. And then it kind of just transcended and went into something that I didn't expect, because honestly, I wanted to be a lawyer. I wanted to be real things. I feel like every little girl has a dream. And I just wanted to be real things. And then after this just stuck. And I realized, well, this is what I'm good at. This is what I'm going to focus on. This is what I'm going to pursue in my entire life. And thus far, in Trinidad in particular, it's been kind of difficult because, they don't really, I wouldn't say they don't appreciate it, but, it takes time for it to reach a point where you're kind of up there. So it's been a little challenging, but I'm getting the recognition now because I've been consistent and I've been working.
Absolutely.
So thank God for that. And I'm getting paid, so that even better. So that even makes it way better. And now I'm in a kind of niche. I'm in a nice place. I feel very comfortable where I am. And more to come. More to come.
Love it. Love it. Y'all, we can find some snaps now. So that's the thing.
That's good.
Snaps.
I'm happy that she found her niche, though.
Yes.
Because, I know
we
how
love the niche.
Yes, and I understand. I get where you're coming from in terms of it being a little difficult here in Trinidad. I think too what adds it is the fact that we are on a small island and circles are even smaller. So you find that that journey that or the path that we're on to get to the top is a lot more challenging because it's a small little pool, and those who actually make it, they stay there and and yes. So I get it, darling. But it's nice that you're doing your thing, and we support you. So big up you. All right. We have a few questions for you.
Okay.
Yeah. What are some of the highlights of your career thus far?
Well, one of the biggest highlights of my career, honestly, before I started getting into more singing, I used to do charity work before. So I worked with a little girl, her name was Khadijah. She had cancer and everything, and she was in a children's home, and we did a whole production for her music video, songwriting, everything. She sang the song, and we released it. And she messaged me, it was on my birthday. I was having a horrible birthday that birthday, honestly. And she messaged me on my birthday, and she was like, Liz, thank you for making me feel like a superstar. Thank you for making me feel really special. And at that point I realized that this music thing is not just for me. That's why I don't just write music for me alone. I write music for, like, if I want to hear it, I feel like somebody else might want to hear it. So I always go to an inspirational place whenever I write music at that point in time. And well, that was one of the best moments to me in music ever, and I felt like I need to do more. That's why I want to aspire to actually, make the money, give back, form a charity, and actually have like a music program for people who are less fortunate. God, so that's the overall goal.
That is amazing. Very snap. Snap.
Until I learn to snap with this hand.
What is a one-handed snap? You guys have any questions?
Well, I was going to ask her where she sees herself in 5 years, but I'm getting that, that's what you're working towards.
Yeah, that and very rich and famous.
Listen, don't be ashamed to say it. Come on, say it.
Yeah,
say
very
it
rich and very
claim it.
familiar. And snatch, my body had to be snatched too.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Eating watermelon.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. But
So what advice you'll give to people? Because I know, as we mentioned, it's not always easy for the music genre that you choose. And everybody doing soca are the ones that are more prominent or are well known.
Yeah.
But now that you're making it in your little niche, like what advice you'd give to anybody who wants to, take that same path?
I would tell them that consistency is key.
Right.
Yes.
Do not give up on your dreams for sure.
Okay.
Always sit down, practice your craft because
Right.
practice always makes perfect. I was not a good songwriter before.
Okay.
And I legitimately watch videos and I practice. I practice. Same with vocals. I was not, Alicia Keys or these people like them. And I practiced. No, I could not have done runs. And I was like, Liz, you can't do runs. Nah, I'm gonna do vocal training. And there's heavy bad mind.
So invest
in your craft.
So who found you? Who found you?
Who discovered you?
Yeah.
I discovered myself.
That's girl. I like this girl.
I love it.
Liz, you had to come back. I feel Liz had to be a recurring guest here. Yes. The energy.
Self-discovery at its finest,
So,
you guys.
just curious, so you just started posting stuff on social media, like how you went about it?
I just started posting and hoping that something would happen.
Yes.
Honestly, I had no plan. I just went ahead. I was like, all right, I like music. Take that. And
So
that
when you
was-
That's
started
inspiring.
with a guitar, how you get the music, like what you do, tell me.
Yeah, I remember Liz from rap, like you
Yeah,
said you
I started off rapping.
popular rap beats.
Yeah.
Right, so
you
you
know.
play the beats and then you'd rap.
I would rap. I actually used to work with Big Spree back in the day, which is one of those rappers, and I used to go real hardcore.
Yeah. She was
I
a
did
thug.
ciphers. Yeah, I was
She was a
all
thug.
in the
So wait
rapping
now,
game.
okay, you know where I'm going with this. Because she's rapping and she's singing. Liz, we need a little something from you. Acapella. But I want to hear you rap,
I want to hear anything.
right?
I wanna
Anything
hear
at
these
all.
runs, these runs.
Oh God, put the girl on his spot.
Now, if you had some watermelon, you would have been ready.
You'd have been primed and ready to go. But your brain smell with my watermelon.
Watermelon is not good for vocal. Watermelon has seeds in it. You can swallow them seeds. You could grow a tree.
So let's give us a little something now.
Okay, I have a new song called. Could I say the word?
Yes, darling.
Okay, cool. Right. So
This is a show for grown folk.
Grown folk music.
Very
Grown
cool.
folks music.
So I have this song called "Lit" coming out soon. It's about being a bad bitch and
Right.
So the song goes, think I'll be a bad bitch. Yeah. Think I wanna get rich today. I'm riding and get lit today. Yeah. Fit it all onto the boot. Yeah. She got me looking mad cute. Yeah. Think I'll be a bad bitch today. Think I wanna get rich today. Yeah. Fucking round and get lit today. Yeah. Fitting all onto the boot, yeah. She got me looking mad cute, yeah. Think I be a bad bitch today. Walk up to that mirror and be like, ooh, girl, you so fucking fine. Tell her true, girl. Anything you want, you gon' do, girl. And haters gonna hate 'cause they ain't you, girl. Ooh, yeah. I just might give me a bag, fuck with a nigga and go with his dad. Spend about 2 months on food 'cause I can't make bitches sweat and then give him a rag. I just might take a trip down the island, take some pics on my iPhone, post it up, get a couple likes 'cause I'm playing games on my Samsung. Call him up just like, what's up? Come on, let's go get our nails done. Make a man pay for all of us. Dice and money, man, yeah, I have one. Think I start up a business today. Blow it up and make sure I get paid. Take a couple and give to my fam. Enter the bitch who to delay. Bitch today.
Bars and so much. I still try to keep up. I heard about that money man. I want one of those. Dope.
She gave us the singing and the rapping in one.
Yeah.
Yes.
And just in case, like you had to perform it live and you want to take this act on the road, like we just demonstrated.
Yeah.
our skills.
Yes,
Right?
so we keep it with the beats.
Yes,
with the beat.
Island Girl is for hire if you want, beats on the road.
I'll just take all the contacts and I'll let all you know when I
have your people call our people.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
All right, so Liz, before we rope you into today's topic, because we want to get a little 2 cents. We know you've been through that.
But
Everybody has.
before we dive into that,
We had chat. Of course, yes.
Kids.
Big up the chat
let's
room.
Go. Shawna is saying her voice.
Her voice is
Shawna
beautiful.
saying, wow. Casey, fire. You guys, if you all need to get Liz for bookings, you could contact me at.
Oh gosh!
Somebody bottom here later. Continue, Chris. Continue.
Oh Lord, you do it, Oh God, but Liz, what new projects do you have on the horizon? If you can talk about it. You see the laugh. What new projects that you have coming up that we can look out for?
Well, Lit supposed to drop soon.
Yes.
As well. A lot of real hot girl songs. A lot of hot girls.
Yes.
I just said like this year I'm gonna be a hot girl, and that was it. And I just made up my mind to be a hot girl.
Damn
so
right.
I'm just gonna write a set of hot girl tunes, and you're just gonna get a set of big body girl songs and shaking your boo.
So why she had to go there? Like I was on the whole train all the time. She said big, but she had to step up.
Yeah, nice booty girls, nice body girl.
Oh gosh. But Neicy, you something else,
Low man.
Because she have the whole nice muscle butt going on there.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? She had the whole bubble butt going on.
Though, like it's big.
Yeah, but that's all right. Liz on
But
nice.
I'm not gonna be envious or jealous.
Everybody had nice boom seeds, right?
Yes,
all of we boom
all
seeds,
are
nice.
beautiful.
All right, but Liz, that brings us to today's topic. We got to ask you, right? And of course, you knew what we were talking about today: envy. Yes. Have you ever experienced envy before?
I would say yes, but it's already gone on its truth. I just be so much in my bubble that I don't even notice if somebody's actually hating on me, and if they are, I apologize that you feel that way. That has nothing to do with me.
Yes,
that's a problem that they need to solve, honestly. And I feel sad that people actually just go through envying people. I just be myself.
Yeah,
And
but what gave you that level of confidence within yourself that your bubble is so much and it is enough for you? It keeps you contented that you don't have to go outside of it to find happiness and peace.
I'm a person, when I say I'm just going to do something, I just do it. So I told myself, well, I just going to be content and confident in myself. And I just going to focus on me, and that was it. My mind was so made up on that. And I was just like, all right, I'm going to be this way now, and that was it.
That's right, amen. Now, of course, we can't keep it one-sided. So, of course, I'm going to ask, have you in life, have you ever found yourself maybe feeling a twinge of envy for anyone else?
Yeah,
and how did you treat with that?
Usually what I do is I would sit down with myself and be like, Liz, this person work real hard for this. You should not be stressing yourself over what they have, because at the end of the day, you do know what they went through. You need to really sit down and be like, you're on stupidness right now, girl. Come down from the high horse that you would need to work 10 times as hard as them if you want to get where they can, because you're not doing what they're doing.
But
Absolutely. Yes, well,
I love it. Gems. And Krystal feels the same. Ladies, you've all worked very hard to reach this far in life. God's richest blessings to you all. This is a wonderful platform of much desired talents and important topics. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Krystal, big up.
You big up. Oh gosh. Just kidding. But guys, that's it for our Island Girls Spotlight segment. We want to thank the lovely, the talented, the cute, the sunflower, Miss Just Liz. Big up yourself, Just Liz. Big up you.
And before let's go, I just want to let you guys know she's not just a talented vocalist, but she also has a business that she's about to tell us about.
Oh yeah,
she don't forget it. She sells watermelons. You guys. The floor is yours, Liz. You guys don't mind.
see a video missing, you call it that.
Just in case media don't work out.
Yeah.
Come to a stage near you.
Now everything gone work out for you. It's real kicks. So I actually sell gluten-free baked goods. I figured out during the quarantine that I'm a good baker.
Wow.
I did not know that before until I realized that there was a lack there of sweets in the department that I wanted to get, and I was like, I am hungry and I'm going to bake this. So I baked it. And then I realized, wait, I could sell this. And then I was like, all right, let me sell to those who, may want to make a little switch in their diet. Get rid of the gluten if they have like a gluten sensitivity. So I sell brownies, banana bread, and muffins currently. Wow. I have some sample for you guys to taste.
She's my new favorite person.
This is my love language.
So wait, we getting to eat it on the show? We have to showcase it. Come the darling, bring things. Bring things.
So we have the brownies and the banana bread here today with and without chocolate.
Oh my, what is the name of this business?
It's Just Liz gluten-free treats.
Oh my word. Guys.
We love you.
We know Neicy is most excited right about now. Food being her love language.
Why should it start with I brought you food?
Thank you.
And you can also give them the banana bread as well.
Yes, pass it down, ladies. Look. Let me bring it up close. Not too close because of the light.
Pull it back.
Yes, my nails not on point today, but that's all right. Hey, only look, brownies and things.
And well, the banana bread.
Nice. And you make all of these
from scratch.
Banana bread.
And you package yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's the idea we eating healthy but unhealthy at the same time.
Yeah. And everything is dairy free.
Banana bread with
dairy free.
Nice
natural ingredients, everything.
So if persons are interested in trying your goodies, they can find you at.
Oh, you can message me on WhatsApp. Also Instagram at Just Liz Gluten Free Treats. Just DM me. My contact is on Instagram as well. So you can just message me. And I'm always available,
And what is your in terms of you being an artist, what is that handle?
Oh, my handle for everything is Just Liz.
Just Liz.
J-U-S.
No fuss, no muss.
Everything except Instagram is official. Just Liz.
Yes, darling.
It don't have no green in it, right?
No, it has no green in it.
Because some of us.
No green.
Green-eyed, what?
No.
Some of us
Green monster.
No, it has no green in it.
But I was thinking about asking her that.
I mean, come into a parlor near you soon.
Right?
Underground.
And have my people call your people.
Yeah.
There's something called Giggles coming out soon.
Oh, lovely. All right, so guys, we want to thank Liz for being on our show. You have been lovely. You're lovely, talented, multifaceted woman. Yes. You're singing, you're rapping, you're producing, you're baking, you're selling it. Hey. Come on, man.
I love the hair.
And she's a sunflower.
Yes.
Right? Yes. But, we're going to take a quick break now. And we are going to be right back. Liz, we're going to take it out with Golden.
Caribe Hard Cider. Moments made extraordinary.
Cause we just live it our life. We just live our life like it's golden. Living it up cause we're free. Doing it up cause we're young and dumb. And I can't believe this is real.
Can't believe that.
So damn carefree.
Care what? Care what?
Just so damn carefree.
Care what? Care what?
Just live our life like it's golden.
Live it up.
Living it up cause we're free.
Live it.
Doing it up cause we're young and dumb. And I can't believe this is real.
Can't believe that.
So damn carefree.
Care what? Care what?
Just so damn carefree. Not in next week. Now I'm just focused on me. Cause we just live our life like it's golden.
Live it.
Living it up cause we're free.
Live it.
Doing it up cause we're young and dumb. And I can't believe this
Think about it. Think about it. Think about it now. If you ain't gonna be about you, who gonna be about it? Be about you. So stop cutting up yourself. Stop cutting. Stop yourself. Cause we feel that pain too when you cutting up yourself. You move so up when a nigga try help. Try help. Big dog thing like I do it by myself. Do it by yourself. And you don't need nobody else. Nobody. Sad thing is everybody need help. Learning from you, that's just how we grow. I got money, you got money, let that handy flow. We got problems, learn to let it go. Life is beautiful, life is beautiful. Live it.
Living it up 'cause you're free.
Live it.
Doing it up 'cause we're young and dumb, and I can't believe this is real.
Can't believe that.
So damn carefree.
Care what? Care what?
So damn carefree.
Care what? Care what?
Just living my life like it's stolen.
Live it up.
Living it up 'cause you're free.
Live it.
Doing it up 'cause we're young and dumb, and I can't believe this is real.
Can't believe that.
So damn carefree.
Care what? Care what?
So damn carefree.
Care what? Care what? My team looking like that. Ooh. Ooh. Boy, I feel good when you do it like that. Hit it with the juice, you should get it right back. Ooh, got it like that.
Gucci, girl, no. Omega, give me again, yeah. No. What we do is between you and I, between you and I, between you and I, yeah. And what we do is between you and I, yeah. Between you and I, yeah. Between you and I, yeah. Him not know if we do it ever did it, yeah. Bring it to over the family. She say her boyfriend I live New York. She tell me she never get touch from a Trinity. Well alright, come over me yard now, girl. One thing when me want you understand. What we do that for our business. The longer the secret, the longer the fun. What we do is between you and I, between you and I, between you and I, yeah. And what we do is between you and I, yeah. Between you and I, between you and I. Equation add me, subtract your clothes. Minus your boyfriend, multiply shows. You see the freak in you. Love when me put it deep in you, baby. She only cheat on him cause he don't know what he had. I could be everything you need, just keep it between us. Oh, what we do is between you and I, between you and I, between you and I, yeah. And what we do is between you and I, yeah. Between you and I, yeah. Between you and I, yeah. She only cheap on it cause he don't see what he has. I could be everything you need, just keep it between us. Between us, baby. Between us. And between us, baby. Between us. What we do is between you and I, between you and I, between you and I, yeah. And what we do is between you and I, yeah. Between you and I, yeah. Between you and I.
Tripping, staring at the moon. Why you had to leave so soon? When they took you away, the pain it stayed more than 1,000 days. Never walked away, and the feeling you gave me remains. Lift me up, you stay. Never walked away. Angels from above looking down, up from above. Take you up on a trip tonight, up tonight. Pictures looking at me too, wearing all your shoes. Tripping, staring at the moon. Why you had to leave so soon? All the times that we shared, memories coming back again. Can't forget what we had, all the good and the bad. And I'm feeling so scared. Truth is that you're not here. Wish I could see you again. Just say rain and well. Angels from above looking down, up from above. Take you up on a trip tonight, up tonight. Pictures looking at me too. I remember you, wearing all your shoes. I remember you, tripping, staring at the moon. I remember you, why you had to leave so soon. I remember you, angels from above looking down, up from above. I remember you, take you up on a trip tonight, up tonight. I
Welcome in, Matthew. Welcome back to Let's not always play too much, you know. Welcome back to Island Girls Talk. This is the Get You Gone Through segment. You know there's the bacchanal segment where we always pose a scenario.
If they don't know, they don't know. Sure that.
Right? And we always want to know if it's a kind of get through or a gone through situation. Mm-hmm. So here we want to have for it today. It's a good one.
Oh gosh.
It's a good one.
So,
you're with this guy.
Uh-huh.
You're in a relationship, yes, and he treats you well. Right? And I know there are different forms of treating somebody well, but when I say he treats you well, like wealthy, right?
Oh,
right, good. So he paying your bills.
Okay.
Taking you on vacation, shopping sprees, trips, the full works, you name it.
Oh, right.
But then he says you remind him of mommy. And he leaves like his jockey shorts all over the household. And then he expects a meal every single day. And, you're just like a typical mommy's boy. And you really need to stroke his ego, make him feel good. Just baby him up, right?
So let me get this straight. He loves you. You're in a full-fledged relationship. He treats you good, take you out to dinner, trips, pays the bills, takes care of the household, takes care of you.
Yeah.
But on the flip side,
right,
he is with you because you remind him of his mommy.
Yes.
And he wants you to do things that his mommy would have
does.
done
Yeah.
when he was a child, like
Yes.
clean up after him,
Exactly.
pick up his dirty clothes.
Everything. Cook a meal every single day, wash all his clothes. He would leave the stuff lying around the house. He just acts like a child when it comes to you.
Stroke his ego.
Yeah, everything.
The works.
You need to baby him. You need to take care of him.
Oh,
You need to do everything.
Oh,
so
Lord.
basically, I want to know if it's a get through, go on through situation. Is it a trade off? Do you think you can work with this given that he is a man or the man that you desire otherwise? Or is it a big turn off? You don't want a mommy's boy, you don't want a,
I want to hear from the chat room at this one. I ain't too sure because I mean
The chat room quiet. I think they're torn.
the thing is I's a girl now. Sorry. The thing is he is doing what most women would want in a relationship, right? I assume that the lovemaking is on point as well. Yes,
Shawna.
we would like to hope so.
we would like to hope so. That's the scenario, right? Okay. But the only downside is it kind of creepy that you remind him of his mom. So what you're really saying, you're attracted to mommy? What is that?
Well,
What
that's
is
just
really
what
that?
it is.
But you remind him of your mommy in looks or in ways or in both?
In ways.
You sure about that?
He wants you to do everything.
All right.
That his mother would have done.
So he's the kind of woman that his mommy was or is.
Yes.
Katie,
And-
sorry, you're saying gone through. We've reached a point where it's a partnership.
I like that, Katie.
Yes.
I like that a lot because I don't know. I mean, it shouldn't just be because, well, he buys me everything and this and that. I could put up with a couple of BS here and there. The fact of the matter is, where your self-respect. I still had to stay true to myself, and now the cooking part I don't mind because if I was a real good man and stuff, I want to cook.
Yeah.
You understand? I'm not I'm not a big cook ordinarily.
Right.
You understand? The way I eat too is a kind of healthy kind of way too quick to prepare meals and that kind of thing. But if I am in a full-fledged relationship and I'm with somebody that I am wholly and solely into, right? You find yourself as a woman wanting to do these things naturally for the man that you love, right? It's a given.
Well, not everybody.
Not everybody, but
because I know the woman we're dealing with.
Yeah, but strong women like myself now,
Yeah.
you don't mind being that type of wife or girlfriend to that type of man that is giving you what you need.
Yeah.
A man that you can respect now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't mind. I know I would.
For me,
but
you're going ahead.
but if it is that, I don't know. Neicy, take it away. I don't know. I need to think about this.
Normally I just be fixed. Normally I just know where I stand. But for me, I think the only thing that is a bit of a pet peeve in the situation is the cleaning up after. I'm a bit of a neat freak and a germaphobe, so I like things organized and I like people who have that as well. So I think we would clash a little bit with that, the cleaning up after you. Cooking for you is not a problem. If I love you, listen. I throw it down in the kitchen, and what I don't know how to make, I go and Google, right? And especially if you stepping up to the plate in terms of the taking, can you holding down the fort in terms of being able to provide?
Yeah,
I don't have a problem too much with the taking care of you, and even if he said, like you say, he remind him of his mom, I would want to know what about your mom remind, because sometimes when girls, like if they have a real good father figure, they look for a man that reminds them of daddy to some extent. So
that's a good point.
I can't really make it seem like a bad thing if a guy probably has like a really good mom, and he looking for a woman with those qualities as well. Right. But in the back of my mind, I would still be wondering if you is a mama's boy a little bit.
But what if?
not really.
Because Shawna, remember what I tell you? With these scenarios, what if it is a matter of you do look like the mom? And you do remind him physically of the mommy.
No, getting a little creepy.
No, but we got to get creepy. This is the scenario. You understand? Not everything is cut and dry. You had to cater for all the different aspects of it.
Understood.
What if you remind him of his mommy, because not only do you act like her, but you look like her?
So I'm putting a pin in that.
And on top of that, he wants you to clean his drawers, skid marks and thing. I mean, come.
Oh, you're getting drastic. Okay, you see, you're saying according to Steve Harvey, chapter 7, page 89. LOL. if we don't have our standards and requirements, we are going to follow his mommy's rule.
Right?
So my thing is, it's like, I need more of a context, but the direction that Chris is going, I want to run.
We got to make it, we got to make it realistic.
For me personally, I can't deal with a mama's boy.
Right.
That's a no-no for me. I can't do that. I think we would have had a topic a while back where it was everything he goes to mommy with. I feel like it would be similar to something like that. If I remind you of mommy in terms of the fact that your mom is, you know, a strong woman, beautiful,
organized,
things like that, no problem. But I would need to know what is the comparison factors.
Yeah.
So that would be a deciding factor for me. One, the cleaning up after. I don't know. Cooking for you, no problem. But I clean up after a big man.
I wouldn't mind washing the clothes. So what I would do is, if he's a dirty person where you're throwing stuff all over the place, I am not walking behind you picking up stuff like you're some child. You will have the hamper there and you will know to put it in there. And then I go wash your clothes.
I would clean the house. I would wash your clothes. But if it's like you bathe the towel on the ground, you come to the door, you kick off your shoes. Some things, no, man.
Or little Batman.
Not when you're in a relationship. Yes, if you're living alone and you have your little ways, and nobody there to watch it and see it, do your thing. But you see, when you're in a relationship, no. Certain things have to change.
A little Batman. Do it for 6. But I agree. I agree with what Katie is saying where she says, you know, Jesus Lord. Let me say my prayers. I agree with what Katie is saying where she say where she explained that, you know, in this time, you know, what is more popular or what is the norm in this time. But I will have to say he get through. And let me tell you why. Don't Batman's yet. Wait, put on your hand. Let me tell you why. It is clear to me, right? Not for me particularly, because I am somebody who prefer equality in relationships. So I tend to look for a man who is more or less balanced, because I tend to bring some balance in every aspect.
Understand.
But this man is clearly a traditional man. I just tell you, shopping spree, vacation, this, that, the full work. So he's clearly a traditional man. And I think it is okay for him to look for a traditional woman.
You know what?
And if I say cook every day, clean, and he showed on the jockey shorts, he could do that, because you got everything on the next end.
What shorts, Crispy? Shawna is jockey, so is jockey shorts. You're killing me with the jockey shorts, Shawna.
The word jockey shorts, I take it like you know the little children.
Yes, I don't know why. Come home from work and he take off the jockey shorts and he leave it on the ground.
But it's the whole laying it on the ground like and just expecting the maid to pick it up. I have a problem with that.
Well, Katie is saying
I will wash the clothes.
Katie is saying she had a guy told her once she reminds him of his mom looks wise. Yeah. She said, needless to say, I'm single.
There you go. There you have it. Yes, I get it.
Like, normally when you get you going through, it's either be fixed, get you fixed, it give or take. My only thing is that pet people, the cleaning up. I think I could deal with everything else. Even choose. Like, even if I remind you, your mom, like, I mean, look at me. Then mommy was probably doing she thing and she did, right? So I go in and be like, well, okay, cool, you know. But the cleaning up, I don't know.
So choose. Neicy, last time you was on the fence, you had to choose for sure this time.
You're balancing.
I feel honestly, I okay.
Choose.
You remember them people in the circus tightrope balancing?
No, I would be in the relationship, but I'd be working on dude with the cleaning up part.
Okay,
but the fact that dude is a provider and whatnot, he get points.
Get through or going through. He get through. Neicy, make a choice.
I would be teaching dude how to clean up after himself.
Thank you.
All right, we have 2 get-throughs.
That is what I was going to say. Right? Because I was trying not to be too fussy.
You're on the tightrope. I picture any people in the circus.
Oh gosh, I was trying not to be too fussy.
Yeah.
Right? He taking care of the household.
Yeah.
We going on trips.
Yeah.
He love making on point. That's a big
that is point. He love making.
I don't know, but you could imagine it's a fair one.
I don't know about some women, but that is a thing for me. That chemistry has to be there.
Right.
Otherwise, I don't care about no money. I don't care about nothing. Chemistry has to be there. So he love making on point. right? If you have children, he's a good father. All these good things.
We will give and take. We
everything that a woman would want in a man, he have it. But you remind him of your mommy. And you had to clean up after him.
We go take that trade
and cook and thing.
Everything after him. Everything.
I go cook.
Think of it like you have a son. That's how I want it to picture.
I go cook. I go clean. I go wash clothes and thing. But I'm not walking behind you like a little mooks picking up your little
shorts.
Skid mark drawers and saying no. You're going to get instructions.
Yeah, we go work on
hamper.
That. We definitely working on that.
Fling it, fling it. But fling it toward the hamper.
Yeah.
You understand? And we go work it out. I don't mind a traditional man at all. As a traditional woman, once I feel like I have the right man, I can be that traditional woman. But I had to respect him. So
I have no problem with the submission, but
yes, it has to be the right man.
So Larry Jackson is saying, I reached later, but just in time. I think any man should put in effort to at least not leave the underwear around the house.
Thank you.
Kitty C is saying, but if the money gone, his character is still the same. And them jockey shorts still on the ground.
Right?
Valid point, Kitty.
That is a good point. That's it. You see, so then you see relationships is really a give or take.
Yeah.
It's a give or take. So,
because we leading on the side with the provider thing, but if the provider stuff gone for real, are we still picking up his
I know mucks.
Yes,
so you get through going through Chris.
He get through. I go compromise.
Yeah.
Compromise.
First time we had a full get through?
Yeah, I think so.
Right. Someone is saying, I think if a man thinks I remind him of his mother, it will be in the aspect of my heart and personality. Okay. Very good point. Very good point. Yeah.
Oh gosh, well, true, but you never know. We have some freak shows out there.
That to me is not an insult, because I know a lot of women, if they grew up in a household where daddy is solid and daddy was there, they're looking for that in a man.
Yes.
So it's only fair that a man should look, if he had a good example of a mommy, you're looking for certain traits.
I'm glad you said that. I feel that's why I'm still single, because my father is the best man in the world. I'm not ashamed to listen. Let me tell you something. They don't make them like my father. I'm sure most daddy's girls they say that about their father, but I'm telling you, anybody who knows my father, they will agree. You had to come real good to win my heart, boy. I feel that has stunted me, like, because I am way too picky.
Yeah,
but I think that's also a good thing, because it have the women who didn't grow up in a household with daddy, and now they're accepting anything because they don't know what
to look for.
They don't know. And I think that's a good topic for another show.
I see that in my friends all the time.
Daddy issues. Daddy issues.
Only with the snaps.
That's a word.
We have a one hand.
You see, these are how ideas for the show are born. This is how we brainstorm and stuff.
But we're running a little bit over time, so I think it's smart that we should just dive into our
empowerment
moment, because we running for time.
Take it away and you see. Well, let's Shawna wrap up. She'll get through going through now.
I basically wrap it up there. No,
she got a consensus.
I got a consensus, and the ladies here said, "Guy, get through." I know we had some in the audience saying "gone through," but we appreciate all.
Kick me off the fence.
We appreciate all.
Shawna kick me off the fence today.
Neicy always walking on the fence. I will bring on next week topic for you again. Watch and see. I will have you on the tight ropes.
Yes.
So that was basically it for the Get Through Gone Through segment. We know that is the Bacchanal segment where we speak about relationships and so many different scenarios. But we always like to close the show on a nice, good vibe.
Yes.
So Neicy, take it away. What you have for us today?
Today, in our
Empowerment Minute.
In our
Woman
Empowerment Minute. Woosa. Hi.
Right, so we're going to keep it short and sweet, you guys. And I think this is a really, really good quote just off the heels of the topic that we had today, which says, you are allowed to be both a masterpiece and a work in progress simultaneously. And this quote is by Sophia Bush. And I think that this quote is very fitting, because sometimes we always, even when we're working on ourselves and we're working parts of ourselves that we want to improve, we should always still be reminded of the masterpiece that we are.
Right.
Yes.
You know, you shouldn't always be dissecting yourself. I need to fix this. I need to fix that. Or I wish I could be like this. Sometimes just look at be content with everything that you are. Be grateful for who you are. All that you are. Flaws and all, ladies. Be grateful for all that you are.
Yes.
While you are still working on you. While you are still getting better. While you are still healing. While you are still recovering from traumas and discovering yourself in all of that, understand that the pity, the beauty that you are, you're still a masterpiece.
That's amazing.
Yes, Neicy. Yes, Neicy.
Right?
Dropping the gems on us.
Yes, so keep that in your mind anytime you start to feel low, anytime them negative thoughts start to seep in. Just remind yourself that, listen, I might be going through something right now. I might have a lot of work to put in still. I might still be healing, and some things that seem like the road long.
Yes.
But in the middle of all of that, through the whole process, remind yourself that, listen, I'm worth it, I'm valuable, and I'm a masterpiece.
Yeah, so fitting for today's topic.
Yes.
It really
Well
fall in
said,
line really nicely.
Neicy.
Yeah.
Well said. Well, guys, it's a wrap. We keep going over our time, boy. We keep going over our time.
We need to master this thing, man. Says the woman who's responsible for the clock. Right? Who's supposed to be keeping check of time.
But that next week.
But that's the beauty of online radio. Yes? But guys, we want to wrap up this show. We have gotten to the end of Island Girl Talk. Yes? And we want to... Right? Episode 4 already. Oh my God, don't get emotional, Neicy. Don't get emotional. Oh God, don't cry. Woosa. Right?
I thought some of the people tough. All I sit down between two fire signs, you know.
Yes. Well, guys, we want to thank you guys for joining us on yet another episode of Island Girl Talk. You know how we love having you all. We love interacting with you all. You know, we like to bring it for the topics. We bring it for the gems.
Much
you know
needed topics.
We want to thank Just Liz for coming and hanging with us. Right? Lovely young lady, lovely talent. Go follow her. It's everything Just Liz.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And time really flies when you're having fun.
Yes.
But never fear. We're here every Wednesday from 12 to 2 p.m.
On O.U.R.
And share the link. Share the link. Because even if you missed the show, you can watch it again.
That's right.
Have a watch party with your crew.
Yes.
Have your little debate sessions and tag us.
That's right.
Share
Follow us on Island Girl Talk TT on Instagram, on Facebook, on even TikTok, on Twitter, on all the socials, right? Follow us at Island Girl Talk TT. You know, you can see our handles below. Miss Sugarcane, Miss Trinidad Shawna 1 and Miss Neicy Official, and of course O.U.R Radio.fm. All right, this is Island Girl Talk signing out. Be in a place where women are free to simply be unapologetically. See you later and keep it classy.
Bye.
And show me love and that is good.